dancing.
There's not teens that just get on the subway and dance.
What, are you kidding me? Have you ever ridden the subway?
I ride the subway all the time. I've never seen just teens get on and, like, start dancing.
You've never heard teens get on the subway proclaim that it's showtime.
Oh, when it's showtime, that's different.
I don't know, sometimes...
You need to, like, move to the town where Footloose took place. It sounds like...
I don't like people dancing around me when I'm just trying to get to work. That doesn't make me the mayor of the town in Footloose, Tom. That doesn't make me John Lithgow.
I didn't say you could be the mayor, Tim. You would be...
Oh, I'd be the mayor.
You'd be new
I'd be
in
the
town.
fucking president. Have a child and then complain about it all the time. Do people here have children in this, in the audience?
No, Tim, they're all losers. They're all virgins.
A room full of virgins.
Never accomplish anything. Never even become a world champion at anything.
Yeah, I don't know. People having babies and then they're like...
there are people with children that don't want to be singled out by you.
Well, here's what I was going to say. I was going to say...
Do you complain about your child all the time?
It's fine to complain about... You know what? I think the internet made this worse. Because, like, I think being a parent is, like, terrible probably, right? Mm-hmm. Judging by all my friends that have kids on Facebook that are like, I never sleep. My kid barfed all over me, and I don't even bother changing my clothes when that happens anymore. And then they're like, I can't do anything. And it's like, all right, what do you want me to do about it? I didn't have a kid.
Are these, like, people with, like, teenage children?
Babies, Tom.
Okay, babies. That makes more sense.
Talk to waiters for a very long time. Like young people that go in and they'll be like, I'll have this, or they'll be like, number 6, please, right? Mm-hmm. Adults are always trying to be like, let me make friends with the waiter. And then they're like, they're looking at the menu and they're like, and they always give them like, if you were gonna choose between these 3 adults, right? Fuck them.
You know, sometimes it is okay to ask the waiter, what do you recommend? Because they know. They're like, this is the thing we didn't...
A guy that's never looked a waiter in the eye is telling me this, Tom.
They know what hasn't been spit in or, like, stepped on. It's important, Tim.
Yeah.
One time when...
What, you were going to tell a story? I didn't want to be to distract from his story, his tale.
One time when I worked in retail years ago, like, I would always...
not anytime.
No,
really,
but when I worked in retail, like, I would get that from adults. Like, there would be people who were like, I'm really interested in buying something, but first let me learn a little about you.
And I can see how... You would think that that's like, that's nice. They're making a human connection, but nobody cares.
No.
I don't want to I don't want to explain my shitty life to somebody every time I'm just trying to do my job.
Well, so that's what had happened this time that I was thinking of in particular. This woman, she was buying like a cable for something. She was like, my son needs a cable.
At a restaurant?
No, not at a restaurant. At an Apple store. So anyway, she's like, my son's away at college. My son's away at college, and, like, he forgot this cable. And meanwhile, I'm like, well, why doesn't he just go get it? But I didn't say that because customer service.
True professional.
So I was like, I'm helping her find it, and she's like, she's asking questions and stuff, and we're talking, and she's like, my son goes to the University of Maryland. And I went, I went there. To which her response was, then why are you working here? To which I was then like, it's actually a very good job. And she goes, well, what did you study there? I got my degree in American Studies. Oh, that's why you're working here. I went, you can find the cable yourself. I said, one day I'm going to have a podcast. And you're going to eat that cable, lady. Your son's going to use that cable to get my MP3s on.
I went to an Apple store yesterday.
Yeah, I was
2
there.
days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
To get an adapter.
And their employees there were a bunch of dang chatty Cathys. They were like, two different employees came up to me and like asked if I needed help, and I was like, no, thank you. And then
They were like, well, then you're going to have to put your shirt on, sir. But
it
the
was
other
hot.
boys did it.
Yeah, I'm a hooligan now. I smashed a bottle. And they were both like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, New York. And then they were like, why are you here? This is in Edinburgh. They're like, why did you come here? And I was like, I don't know, I'm just doing some things. And they're like, well, what are you doing over here? And they wouldn't stop talking to me. So they flipped the script on this adult.
Yeah. By the way, Tim, I recommend drinking out of the mug. You feel like you're on like a talk show.
Some of that?
Like
Oh, yeah. Nobody will know we're drinking whiskey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not that much.
It's a long show. Go to adult bookstores instead of regular bookstores.
I didn't know you had that joke in there, or else I wouldn't have made a similar joke.
That's not a joke, Tom. Keep all your toys in their original packaging. This is more your
Yeah,
department.
that is something an adult does, Tim, so I guess you're a hypocrite.
You know what would really suck?
I've taken a lot out of their packaging, though, just to, like, see them. See them better.
If, like, a child, like, maybe that's, like, related to you or something, ever came to your apartment, that'd be the worst day of that kid's life.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to touch anything.
Yeah. And, like, his parents would have to, like, have a discussion with him afterwards about, like, what kind of person you are.
Well, better them than me. Look, somebody's going to have to talk to your kid before they come over. You can do it, or I can do it. And if I do it, it's going to be like Scared Straight. Like when they have prisoners come in and scare kids.
You're going to scare them about
Toys.
damaging their toys so they're
My toys.
less
give
valuable
a
on the
shit what they
resale
do with
market.
their toys.
Are you ever going to sell your toys, Tom? Is this the end game?
Well, I mean, it is where all my liquid assets are. Ever since this Brexit.
Am I right? Drive a car. Adults do that.
Yeah.
French kissing. Tom, do you know about French kissing?
No, but it's you know what I think when I hear it? Ooh la la.
Yeah. I'll tell you about it when you're older. Smoke cigars or a pipe? Don't smoke cigarettes. That's kid stuff.
Kids aren't supposed to smoke. Smoking cigars, that's like an old person thing.
Yeah, an adult.
That's not like once you're 18, start smoking a pipe. Because if anything, you see like a young person, sorry if any of you smoke a pipe, but
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, come on, you're not an old man.
But you are an adult.
Yeah. Certainly not a child.
Child.
I'm not a child.
Learn magic tricks.
That's not something that's something kids do.
No. Adults, like uncles do it.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you? Yeah, I think I have told this story about.
Tonight? Because if it didn't happen tonight, just go for it.
No, when I was in Ireland like a few years ago for a family reunion, there was like a whole group of people that were from Scotland that had moved there. Like
Boo.
my grandma had moved to America. One of her brothers moved
Yeah.
to Scotland. Yeah. One of her brothers moved to Scotland, and then that family, like rabbits. But there was
Talked about your family members in that way?
like extended family. But anyway, there was like one kid. The kid was adorable, but he had like a whole shtick, like doing magic. Where like he showed up wearing like a blazer
No, I'm not talking about this.
with a wand, and was like doing magic tricks. And he was maybe like, I don't know, like 8 or 9. And then there was a 5-year-old, and his dad's like, "Oi, he can do some magic trick. Show him a magic trick." And the kid turns around and comes back with his finger through and just goes, "Woo, woo, 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 woo." And it brought the house down. I felt so bad for this kid who, like, legitimately, like, you could tell, like, magic was his thing.
Yeah, but guess what? 10 years, that's going to get him so laid, he won't even care.
The woo, woo, woo.
No, the magician. No, that kid's going to be in jail.
He was the one, what did he say? He said, pause the recording for a minute. Let me think. No, his dad was telling him, he's like, "Oh, Corey, your mom and your sister are at the beach." And he goes, "Oh, I hope they're wearing bikinis." And his grandma goes, "He's such a little pervert. I took him out shopping today." And he goes, "Grandma, let's buy some sunglasses where you can't see your eyes so we can look at people's bums and they don't know." This kid was great.
Quality Reynolds clan. Yeah. Become a good juggler.
Done.
Do that thing where you juggle some apples and then take a bite out of one when it's
You
in
don't
midair.
do it like that. You do it like this.
Well,
If only there were apples here. I guess there aren't. Next slide.
yeah. Oh! You claim to be a good juggler. I've never seen a child juggle. That's what I'm getting at here. When you're starting a secret family, and I guess this is for the men, right? I guess it's hard for a woman to have a secret family. She's like, I gotta go away for a year, and then like, right?
Or be like, "Oh, I need more bonbons."
Yeah, or whenever she walks into a room, just like hold a pillow in front of her stomach.
Yeah, it
or
works
always
on,
be
like,
carrying a
TV
box
shows.
of things.
Yeah.
Just bringing this box up from the basement.
Yeah.
Now back to a work trip. Yeah, but don't start a secret family like super close to your regular family where like they might run into each other and figure something's up.
It's a lesson you learned the hard way.
It is. And the other thing is, why are you going to start a secret family if you're not going to do it in another climate, right?
Yeah.
Like, part of the fun of having a secret family is that, like...
Part of the fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons to do it.
But I think up there would be, you get to have, like, different sets of outfits.
So, like, different styles? Like, you would have different personas?
Yeah.
I
You'd
mean,
be like one cool, like laid-back, breezy guy, right, on the West Coast, and on the East Coast, you can like be a little more buttoned up.
yeah. I mean, it would help too if you ever get caught. You could be like, "That's not me. That guy's too buttoned up.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt." I would never do that.
That guy looks like a real prude.
Yeah.
They're both perverts, and they're both the same pervert.
You're not a pervert if you start another family.
You gotta be. Does anybody here have a secret family?
It's not a pervert thing to do. It's like a traveling salesman thing to do. So happens most of them are perverts.
Become increasingly aware that every second that passes brings you measurably closer to death, which likely isn't too far off. Anybody else think about that constantly? Also buy new nice clothes to wear to the office. And those are my tips.
Well, Tim.
Now I'm just going to check my texts.
Yes. Okay, I know what's next. Can we have a volunteer? We need somebody to take a quiz for us.
Tom, your choice.
I'm going to go with that guy who yelled before.
Oh, no.
Come on up.
Yeah.
Let's get
this
him
guy.
in. Oh, yeah, there's not a way to get up.
Oh. Do you want me to jump down and give him a boost? But then how will I get up?
Jump down.